Good morning. So, yesterday I had two words that I was going to check on the meaning for you. So, tenable, able to defend against objection. So, in debates and in persuasive writing, tenable means that your argument is a good one, basically. So Jim lost the debate because his argument was not tenable and quickly fell apart. So the facts and figures and things like that he was using were not believable. Mum gave in to Tom and let him go on his Xbox because his reasons were tenable. So in that case, Tom had a really good debate and he had some really good reasons that he could back up with facts and figures and it made it impossible to argue with. Okay, so let's have a look. Anecdote. So we're looking at this column here, keywords. Okay, anecdote is a short story that backs up a point of view or a point. Idiom is a figure of speech or a phrase that not to be taken literally. So it's a metaphor, basically. It's a type of metaphor. So other examples would be not my cup of tea means it's not really my thing. Oh, that's a piece of cake. That's really easy. Oh, this weekend I'm going to let my hair down. You're going to have fun and relax. Mum, when I broke the vase, Mum hit the roof. She got really angry. Over half term, I intend to take it easy. Relax. Okay. Chronologically here, chronology, the sequential order in which events happen. So your chronological age is how many years you've been alive. The chronology of the years at school are from age 10 to 18, and it goes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's the date, sequential order in which things happen. Facts, obvious. Students join secondary school at the age 11. That's a fact. It happens to everyone. Opinion is something that is personal to you. Opinions can't be right or wrong. They can just be different. There's a lot of opinions on the news at the moment. Some of those opinions are formed by facts. Some of those opinions aren't. Neither are right or wrong. It's just that person's opinion. Interrogatives. Questions that make the reader think about how you would feel if. So these are rhetorical questions that evoke an emotional response. For instance, in an RSPCA leaflet, it might say, how would you feel if you were left indoors without any water or food all day? That would be a rhetorical question. It's not expecting an answer. But it's trying to give you the emotional point of view to then make you want to give money to help animals in that situation. So an interrogative is a rhetorical question that makes you have an emotional response. Now this one's quite tricky. It's pronounced hyperbole, spelt hyperbole. Hyperbole. In general English terms, it's over-exaggeration. So I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. I've worked so hard today, I'm dead on my feet. It's an exaggeration. But in transactional writing, which is what we've been looking at, speeches and things like that, it's using highly emotive language to stress a point. So it's over-exaggerating your emotions to get the point across. So I wasn't just upset that EastEnders is only on twice a week at the moment. I am appalled and devastated. So it's really going over the top with your emotions. It's basically being dramatic. Statistics, use of numbers, 75%, 1 in every 100, 40 per million, anything that uses numbers. Triplets is 3 describing words. So here it's using terrified, worried and anxious. I stepped off the bus ready for my first day. I can see out my window at the moment, and today it is a glorious, bright, sunny day. So it's 3 words are more powerful than 1. So if you want to express how big something is, you'd say it was gargantuanly enormous and immense. If you wanted to say how tasty something was, you could say it was chewy, tangy, delicious. So it's 3 similar words that you would use, again a bit like the hyperbole, to really exaggerate your point. Direct address, we've been over that before. It's particular pronouns to target the audience. So in Greta Thunberg's speech, we, she used we a lot, referring to the younger generation, and you, referring to the older generation. Imperatives, direct orders. Again, used in this kind of writing, it's to make you think. Imperatives you see a lot in instructions and recipes. So if you think about put the flour in the sieve, crack the egg in next, weigh the sugar, mix on a high setting, put into the oven. It's anything that can be considered an order. Exclamatory sentences used to convey the strongest emotions with an exclamation mark. Really easy, that one. It's just anything with an exclamation mark on the end of it. A paradox. Now, these are quite tricky. A statement which appears to contradict itself. This statement is false. So a statement is supposed to be the truth that someone's given you of cause of events. So you'd give a statement to a witness statement to the police of something you've seen. False means not true. So how can that be right, that a truth can be false? So a paradox is where 2 things seem to contradict themselves. I'm trying to think of some examples. I may have to put those in the next video. Superlatives. Basically speaking, the mostest of something. So, for instance, small, smaller, smallest. Smallest would be the superlative. Big, biggest. Big, bigger, biggest. Biggest would be the superlative. It's the most something can be, or the least something could be. He was the hungriest hippo. She was the smallest learning mental. They do normally end in est. And anaphora, we've already gone over anaphora. That is where you repeat something at the beginning of a sentence to really emphasize something. So like we said with the Greta Thunberg, how dare you, how dare you. You will come across a lot of that in some of the poetry that we study, which will probably be next term. Okay, I will go on to the next video.